Hey everybody, it's Seti the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play A Kiss for the Petals, Runa and Takako's route. Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michaels, Runa and Takako's route. In the last episode, we just kind of, in a way, really set things in place for Runa and Takako's relationship. They kind of all patched up all their issues, or just kind of made, squared everything away, got rid of all the misconceptions, and their love is likely stronger than ever. And we also said our goodbyes to Reina, who's going back overseas. And in this episode, this is a very special episode because this is not only likely Runa and Takako's finale, but because this would be the last story, the ending to A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael as a whole. So I'm really excited to get into this. And there's going to be a lot to talk about, so let's dive right on in.
姉様、お元気ですか？ちゃんとご飯は食べていますか？私たちは元気です。まあまあ仲良くやっています。嘘です。毎日いっぱいイチャイチャしてます。だから姉様の入る余地はどこにもありません。とにかくラブラブです。それはともかく手紙を書くのってとても緊張します。この手紙は先生とうなりながら書きました。卒業式で咲いていた桜もとても綺麗でしたよ。イベント実行委員のし木先輩と霧島先輩が卒業していきました。イベント実行委員の皆さんと私と先生で卒業のお祝いパーティーをしました。みんなで色紙を書いて渡したり歌を歌ったら2人とも感極まって泣いていました。私も先生もちょっとうるっときてしまいました。その先輩方も交えて今度の春休みにみんなで出かけようって話になっています。温泉か遊園地か水族館、そのどれかに行こうって話をしています。私は水族館がいいなって思います。ちょっと楽しみにしています。それからもうすぐ私の学年も上がります。新しい制服もちゃんと用意しました。まだ先生には内緒です。制服を着て成長した私を見て驚いてもらいたいです。姉様に見てもらえないのが少し残念だけれど、早く大人になって姉様のライバルになりたいっていう目標を最近持ちました。姉様は私の目から見ても本当に素敵な人だからです。一人じゃ勝てなくても私には最高のパートナーがいます。だから今度会う時は姉様に参ったって言ってもらいます。その時までどうか体を大事にしていてください。また手紙を書きます。ルナより。
とても元気でやっているようで安心したわ。いつでも待ってるわよ、ルナ。
でも進学したらもう私が教えることはないのね。ダメよタカ子、泣いたりしないの。みんな、これが最後のホームルームです。あなたたちを教えることができて、先生はとても幸せでした。これから辛いことも楽しいこともたくさんあると思うけれど、いっぱいいろんなことを経験して成長してください。何か辛いことがあったら周りに助けを求めてください。誰かが苦しんでいたらそっと手を差し伸べてあげてください。辛いことも楽しいことも仲間と分かち合ってください。先生はこれから皆さんがますます健やかに成長していくことを楽しみにしています。何かあったら、いいえ、何もなくてもたまには先生に顔を見せに来てくださいね。先生、泣かないでください。
そうですよ。同じ学園内にいるんだから。でももう先生に教えてもらえないと思うと寂しいです。
皆さん、ええ、そうね。それにしてもそのルナはどこへ行ったのかしら。
先生。
ルナ、
まあ先生には私の担任にはなってもらえないけど、先生は私のものだからね。
Yep, that's the new uniform she was talking about, and from what I understand from a comment, this is actually a new generation uniform too, so that's a nice little nod, because I know the new generation takes place in the annex, so yeah.
最後の日に恋人とキスなんて本当に素敵です
4月からの新しい制服よ。驚いたでしょ。
驚いたっていうか、それもうルナったらルナ。
はい、先生。
よろしくね。これからもずっと。
And in kind of tradition for previous Kiss for the Petals projects, I think I'm going to start reading some of what appears to be the epilogue. Outside the windows, the cherry blossom petals dance slightly in the air. It seemed like a blessed start to a new beginning. I had no ideas what kind of encounters or farewells I would experience in the future. But I never wanted to be apart from Runa, and I would never leave her. I would keep nurturing our relationship the same as always. Starting by congratulating her on her graduation, my precious little lover. I'll always love you more than anything in the world. And with that, the last two achievements unlocked, My Precious Little Lover and Maiden of Michael. Happy end. And with that, that marks the end of, not only Runa and Takako's route, but this has been A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael in its entirety. Smug Runa, okay, have to point it out one last time before the end. Man, honestly, I don't even know where to begin. It's a very interesting experience, to say the least, that in some ways it almost feels like I started this Let's Play only yesterday, and in many ways it feels like this has been a long time coming. I'm excited for sure, and I've definitely been enjoying this playthrough. I'm excited, and I'm kind of glad, and I'm glad to see it's over, but I am also very much kind of, saddened by that too. Kind of in the same way that a good story, you're glad to see its conclusion, but you're kind of sad that it's all over. That's really what I'm feeling for this Let's Play right about now. I'm probably going to go into more in-depth final thoughts after these credits have come to pass, because I don't want to talk over the credits, but man, I'm very much just a flurry of emotions right now. But I gotta pull myself together at least a little bit to take care of, final thoughts on Runa and Takako, and then final thoughts on the game design as a whole. Or on the game as a whole, because I just find it very hard to believe that it's all over. Even now, I'm still. Alright, and just to make sure, I'm going to start the game back up. There's the from the beginning option, but no need to pick it. Let's just skip through all this. And yeah. This is this that I showed when we showed Yuna and Takako's routes, but and yeah, that's the I guess I felt a little bit of a need to kind of end it Risa and Mia-ish a little bit. So yeah, let's just return to the title screen, and I guess something I can show off that I technically never have, just for extra completion. If you start from the beginning, you put yourself right back here. But that's all that there really is to that, so I'm just going to, again, return to the title screen, and we're gonna kind of skim through the extras real quick. Wait. There's a cut-in missing? Okay, that's weird. Everything else is in order. There's a missing cut-in? Okay, so that... I mean, it looks like that's something that fit in between Risa and Mia and Yuna and Nanami's, but I'm not going to stress on it too long. If I learn anything about that missing cut-in, I'll probably add it back in editing, but we have quite a bit to go over here. Thought I was going to be stuck for as to what CGs we were gonna have to do, but this one is really pretty much what we're gonna have to do for the Runa and Takako stuff, because we have 2 final thoughts to go over. First off, Runa and Takako, and then the game as a whole. Which I kind of did the game as a whole already, but I kind of want to re-solidify it. So, Runa and Takako. Yeah, what? I'm not sure quite what to say, except I loved it. I said a lot of my thoughts during the playthrough itself. During the run-through itself. That... Oh, wait, crap. Okay. I set my music incorrectly. You know what? Pitter-patter. Why not? Wait, what? Oh. Shit, this is memories! No! Okay. Alright, for a second, like, why was that just the thing? But... Anyway. Runa and Takako. I gave a lot of my thoughts during it. I liked the kind of complicated relationship that was going on between Runa, Takako, and Reina, and just all the little things that did. It was very interesting. You know, nothing, and I feel like there's nothing I can say more that I haven't already said. So I'm gonna try not to make the video too repetitious, considering we have 2 final thoughts to run through. And just, you know, overall, I loved it. Now, to talk a little bit more about the couple itself, because I didn't really talk about the 2 individual couples in it. And I guess that this is also where I can give my final thoughts on Reina. Runa was a very interesting character. I a little bit worry about what my first impressions of Runa here would be going backwards, because there was quite a few times where Takako talked about how Runa was being kind of like acting uncharacteristically or out of character. So I'm definitely going to have to take my opinions of Runa here with a grain of salt going in a way backwards when I cover the other 2 games that these are in, because I'm likely to more expect what I saw in the Risa and Mia route, which was not the greatest personality in the world, but she was still kind of interesting in her own way, and I'm pretty sure we'll have enough of those sweet moments to kind of push us through. Runa overall was a character I really liked. I liked her backstory, I liked her relationship with Reina, and I really liked her kind of take charge attitude and how it was used here for Takako. Kind of like that thing she's like, where, you know, after Takako, you know, admitted to all her anxieties, Runa's just like, I'll say it a million times if I need to, I love you more than anything else in the world, and I kind of really liked that. So she was a really good character overall. Takako very much the inverse of Runa, you know, kind of non-confrontational, pretty shy. But she was an interesting character. I felt like I really liked the kind of I liked the adult character in this. Like kind of like her being an adult, which are kind of being her distinguishing point. Yeah, you can say characters like Eris and Shizuku, you know, legally are very much adults. Or I don't even think they are technically, because in Japan you're a legal adult when you're 20, not 18. But you know, they were also very mature characters. But I liked how Takako wasn't a student; she was a teacher. You know, it kind of opens opportunity for kind of seeing different things. You kind of dive in a bit more into that just kind of adult life with stuff, you know, kind of like what we see with Mai on the occasion, actually. But you know, I like Takako overall. She was a very interesting character. Her little story arc with her anxieties, it was very interesting because, you know, unlike Sarah, who had a very similar character arc in the first part of the Sarah and Kaede relationship, in the first part of the Sarah Kaede story, Sarah had that arc. It was in a passing moment, and she very quickly got over it because she had to. Where Takako didn't quite easily step out in that way. So yeah. I was debating, do I want the eyes closed or eyes open? But I think the eyes open. That shocked look on, because that shock looked on Takako's face, if nothing else. Like, I feel this image very summarizes these two. Runa, you know, doing the very bold action, initiating the kiss, like in front of others, and Takako just has no idea what she's doing. So yeah, overall, really solid couple. Reina was also a fantastic character. She was really weird at first, and she had some of those little quirks that kind of didn't make sense to me. Kind of like how she took that, kind of how she like took that picture of everybody in the, took those pictures of the girls during the study camp during the bath scene, and I'm like, I still don't know what the hell that's all about. But I feel it's supposed to be just kind of like goofy or odd in the moment, but we're not really supposed to think about it further than that. Overall, Reina was a very interesting character. I like the idea of a mentor character for these, you know, girls in love, you know, these young girls in love, because Reina's been there before. She had her very own interesting character arc with her character relationship with Yuna. So, and you know, she wasn't ever a main character, so we didn't really ever fully flesh. She was POV at one point, but she's never, like, there wasn't too much to flesh out, but what was there was really good. I like her quirky mentorship, and again, while she was a very odd and very unorthodox in the way she did things, look to Yuna and Nanami's route, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I really sincerely enjoyed it anyways. Because, you know, it was all goofy and really, really weird at the moment, but it worked. Most, if not all the time. And it, you know, it was very interesting. She's a very interesting character, kind of an enigma. Even now, I don't fully get this. I don't fully get Reina, but I'm very happy with what we have figured out and just kind of how things did go. But yeah, that's what I really got to say about those characters. Where do I rank the couple overall? Honestly, that's a very hard thing to do. Like with Eris and Shizuku, finding a placement for these characters is hard. Because this is my first impression with these characters. So, like, can I really truly say, like... Because my first instinct is to put them in... My first instinct is to put them second to last, right above Sarah and Kaede, but can I truly do that fairly? I haven't fully experienced all these couples, and if I was just going by this one story for each of them, then the rankings would probably be pretty different. I think they probably wouldn't be that different, but what I enjoyed here, I really did enjoy. And again, this is all in the moment, so I feel I really gotta read the other stories and just kind of like let my thoughts simmer in a way. Like, and again, let the pot simmer on this. Overall, I say it's probably my it's above Sarah and Kaede, I feel, but I don't think beats out Yuna and Nanami. Don't get me wrong, I was really invested here, but I was invested more in the overall story than in the couple. The couple was amazing, and I feel it was a very unique couple. But I did notice that I was liking a lot of the Reina stuff more. So I'm not quite sure where I would rank them. Overall, really good couple, and I do look forward to them going forward. That being said, there's the elephant in the room. I talked about a similar thing with Sarah and Kaede, so I need to talk about it now. The controversy with Runa, with not only the age gap and the student-teacher relationship thing, but the matter of Runa's age as well. Because, as we know, I originally thought Runa was in. I originally thought Runa was in middle school. Originally, I thought she was in high school, in fact. And then, you know, it was clear that, you know, she was a lower grade than Risa. And it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of odd. I guess that means she's in middle school, probably her final year of middle school. Again, a little weird, but I guess I can manage. It's odd, but I can't really say much else to it. Then I did some more digging. And some people helped explain the age thing to me. And oh boy, there's quite a bit to unpack here. First off, let it be said, we actually don't know Runa's actual age. Like every other character, her age is never specified in-game, and from what I understand, no one's actually commented on, like, no one's actually, the official ages for all these characters have never actually been announced. And, for the most part, it doesn't matter. We can usually guesstimate most people's ages, but here it matters a bit more. So, if I remember correctly, it was in the comments of one of my videos, and I sadly didn't pull this comment up because I didn't think about it at the time. But it shouldn't be that hard to find. It was in one of the recent Mia parts. I believe it was when they so Marie Hensley commented on a few things. One, Runa is not a middle schooler. Oh boy, yeah, that was the first thing to immediately impact. Okay, I'll just quote the comment from Marie Hensley. Okay. Also, and this is part of a comment, this is just the part that matters. Also, this is gonna bother me, but Runa is in her final year of elementary school. At the end of Takako and Runa's route, Runa decides to show Takako herself wearing the new uniform, which looks exactly like the uniform from Kiss for the Petals, A New Generation, which is most likely the middle school annex. Anyways, well, that said, stay awesome, setting. May the world overflow with Yuri. Yeah, that, and that. And then she replied to her own comment saying, also, I believe I should note that in Japan, elementary school is grades 1 through 6, middle school is 7 to 9, and high school is 10 to 12. So that would make Runa somewhere around the age of 12 or so. I just thought I should point that out since I carelessly neglected to mention that in my previous comment. Again, so yeah. Runa is approximately 12. And again, we don't know Takako's age, but Takako age-wise, she's new at the whole teacher thing from what I understand, and I think ballpark she's like somewhere between, like, I think she's like 23-ish from what I heard or understand. That new teacher, like straight out of getting your degree, you'd roughly be that old. So yeah, like just putting the actual ages aside for a minute, that's at least that, assuming my ages are roughly correct, that's an age gap of 11 years. Which that can be a lot to unpack. And then we add the actual ages to it, where Runa is very much, she's 12. Very, very young. Again, approximately. We don't know for sure. And this can definitely cause a big controversy. And I'd see why it can be very controversial. Again, it's very much like the incest thing. This is a very controversial, very hot button topic issue. And while I'm not going to dive full into my full opinions on it, because my full opinions and analyzing every single part of it is that's a video in itself, and it's a video I'm considering making right along with Sarah and Kaide's. If you guys are curious and you want me to do a full like discussion and analysis and just kind of unpacking of those controversies, let me know. I'd be interested in making that. But for the case of Runa and Takugo specifically, does this age thing bother me? No, it really doesn't. Now, let me explain, because I should explain that. That first off, I mean this for Runa and Takugo exclusively. I'm not going to make a whole big thing out of this, but if you told me something like this happened in real life, yeah, no, that'd be kind of, that'd be very ick for me. But the thing I'm ultimately going to say about it is that the age gap doesn't bother me. As you know, Sono and Kiri some of you know from Kindred Spirits on the Roof that Sono and Kiri is one of my favorite couples. And in fact, they are my favorite couple still. And that's a student-teacher relationship. So that part doesn't bother me. I've never really had a bother with that. It's just kind of like a little thing you add in there, and what you do with it is just kind of a thing. But ultimately, in the case of this couple, doesn't really bother me. And that's primarily because it doesn't matter. The age of these characters is never really brought in there, you know. It's never seen as really a big issue. Even their status as student and teacher is not even really brought up as a big issue, and that's also something that the controversy, they like to play with that a little bit. So yeah, that's all things, but honestly, it really doesn't matter to the point of the story. You see everyone know, and you see just about every other best couple knows about it, and every other character is very aware that it's happened, and no one really brings up anything about it. So I'm of the mentality, if the game doesn't care, I'm not going to put too much extra effort into caring about it either. Again, my actual consensus about this whole thing is a lot more complicated than that, but that's what I'm going to stick with right now. It doesn't really affect my overall opinion of the characters. Not too drastically, at least. If you guys have opinions, then feel free to put them down in the comments. And if you guys do want my actual full answer, because this is more of an abridged version of my answer, again, I would be more than willing to make a video on that kind of stuff, analyzing all the parts of it and why. But kind of be abridged, no, it doesn't bother me, mostly because it's not all that important, and there's a lot in there we don't know specifically that we can truly make an analysis of. So yeah, that's what I think of that overall. It's a very well-written couple, and it's a really well-written couple, and I was engaged just about every single step of the way, so I have no problem still rating that couple as a really good couple, even despite the potential controversies of it. That being said, now we know that apparently New Generation supposedly is a bunch of middle school students, and it's like, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to try and think too hard about that one either, so, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what it is about, you know, Runa and Takugo overall, I guess. And so, what do I even put in an image for? What do I even put as the image for the very last? By the way, I guess before anything else, I also want to do a quick rundown ranking of all the couples, at least their stories, primarily in this, just also kind of overall. At the moment, this is very much prone to change, and I think I'm going to make an overall video of my opinions on all the couples when we've gotten through all the stories, at least all the stories we can read up to this point. So, anyway, in last place is Sarah and Kaide. It's it was an alright couple. It's a very vanilla couple, and of course a couple being vanilla is not ever inherently an issue. But it's nothing too out there. It's a very normal couple. Again, nothing wrong with that inherently, but when you compare but comparatively, it's not the best in my opinion. Okay, this image really solidifies, like, very much represents the couple as a whole. Again, I had a whole thing of, you know, when we were in like this first half, like the first half that was kind of, you know, represented, like it's kind of you can kind of represent by this picture, was a very emotionally engaging part of the story. And I like what it did with Sarah's character, the extra layer of depth it added to Sarah's character, and the kind of little character arc you see Mai go through, because admittedly, when you have Mai go through a whole bunch of character arcs, and a whole bunch of a character arc in the first one, not much really goes on in the second one. Like, giving her another character arc for the third one was a very big undertaking, and I feel they did it successfully. Well, the first time, they tried to give her that second character arc, and I wasn't a big fan of it, but yeah, I feel overall it was it's a very alright couple, but first off, that should say everything else about the other couples, that where being average or slightly above average puts you at the lowest. Overall, I really like the couple. As you see, though, not my favorite. Though, it's not my least favorite because I dislike the couple, but more like because something has to be at the bottom. Alright, so that was 6th place. In 5th place is, you know, once again, Runa and Takako. Is this 2 images? Yeah, yeah, it's 2 images. Yeah, this one, okay, works. Runa and Takako. It's the one we just finished. I enjoyed the journey overall. I enjoyed the journey overall, and I'm really looking forward to going backwards in time to read the rest of it. Though, again, I'm going to take things with a grain of salt because, again, I feel the story was ultimately really written well. So we'd be going back. So again, going back in time, I hold my breath. I'm pretty sure the couple will be all right there too, but probably not as highly as I view it now, because I do view it as a really good couple. All right, I think that put you at 4th place. Yeah, in 4th place is Yuna and Nanami, a couple that had. Okay, the awkward Nanami here makes this the winning image. All right. Overall, it's the couple that had the most to prove and proved it in spades. It was a very much improved couple from its first story. I haven't read their second story, so I don't know much about what's going on there. But I still enjoyed the couple ultimately overall. I feel it kind of had the problem of I feel Yuna was kind of slammed to the side. And Nanami was very much the focus character. But I still like what they did. Yuna's character is much improved here, and I feel Yuna was ultimately represented a lot of the problems of the first story. Mostly being that the first story was very reliant on sex, as where the rest of them kind of go on relying more on story. And it was mostly Yuna's extremely perverted nature that kind of pushed that forward. Yuna's a lot more of a tamer character here, and her pervertedness is more used for comedy here. I really enjoy that. And the stories are and the story these two are put in is overall better written. I like this a lot more. And so it had something to prove, and it proved it perfectly. That this can be a really good couple, and so it now is a really good couple. Okay, there is 6 couples. Okay. That was just the third one I went over. Alright, so in 3rd place is Eris and Shizuku, which what image do I put for this one? Not any of these images, because I don't want to be sad. This one? Alright, that one's kind of a sweet image in a way. Alright, I'll. Fuck, okay. Alright, we'll go with this one. Eris and Shizuku, really, really, really good couple. Even since the beginning, since before I played this game, I was intrigued about this couple. I don't know why, something pulled me in, and their interactions in Maiden in the other routes really sold me on this couple. So by the time I got onto this, I was hype as shit, and it did not disappoint in the slightest. I very, very much loved the couple going forward. I very, very much loved the couple, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing their future stories. That being said, something I want to address is, and again, this is another case of a comment that I really should have pulled out ahead of time. Let me see where I can find it, because I do want to cite the person. Okay, Soul Searcher 117 a month ago asked, "Can you please play A Kiss for the Petals Died with an Angel? I really loved that arc, but now I can never find it again." Again, Died with an Angel, I'm pretty sure is the name of their first story. Because I know their second story is Lily Platinum. But assuming I am right and Died with an Angel is Eris and Shizuku's first story, I'm totally gonna play it. I'm super hyped to play it, and it's probably going to be the next Kiss for the Petals. It is probably going to be the next Kiss for the Petals playthrough we do. Not the next playthrough we do, but the next Kiss for the Petals themed thing we do. I really love this couple overall. I was hyped for it. It lived up to the hype, and I really fell in love with these characters. And then there's also things to see, just kind of, you know, their awkward, humble beginnings. Like, there's the thing where, like, it mentioned, like, that Shizuku wore Gothic Lolita once, and the fact that these two are actually engaged. It's like, yeah, no, I'm 150 billion% invested. And this is just from a couple that I have no past experience with. So it really lives up to that hype. I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, again, going backwards, because, you know, this is the couple after a lot of years of, you know, writing refinements and them experience things. So their first stories might not be as great, but I'm still expecting a lot of good things. I really liked the couple here. And anyway, in second place, Mai and Reo, which, yeah. Mai and Reo was the first couple I really, truly ever fell in love with. I got some things to say about Risa and Mia and to why they're first place, but yeah. Mai and Reo was a really cute couple. It gets better with each progressive thing as you see the characters kind of grow. You kind of see the moments of, you know, some good old moments of some things never change, but this couple is very classic, and I feel in a way is very timeless too. So yeah, really loved the couple, loved how it got better here. I like seeing how Reo grows as a character and the type of, and Mai's kind, and Mai just, you know, and Mai's kind of antics that helps, and, you know, Mai's antics and also her motherly side that really helps Reo grow, and kind of the stuff that these guys go through. Really loved it. Second favorite, but it just barely loses out to Risa and Mia. Don't get me wrong, it was a really tough fight, but, you know, as quite a few people know, my first Let's Play, Kiss for the Petals, Remembering How We Met, was my first Kiss for the Petals game. So this was the first couple I ever met. So there's a nostalgic value to it. That being said, it is definitely more the nostalgic value that really pulls me into this couple. Or the fact that this couple pulled me into the series. The couple really lives up to the intrigue I had after remembering how we met. You know? Because you have moments like the almost kiss scene. This balcony scene I remember was really cool. Cool. I love the art for all of these. This freaking Christmas scene was just the best thing ever. This bench scene was awesome too. When you see Mia realizing her feelings, and then this fucking kiss is some of the best shit ever. Their first kiss, this literal fireworks, it's amazing. And then they go and have this second kiss later, which very much reminds me of that first kiss they have, and it's all so amazing, and I really loved this couple. All its moments in this story were very kick-ass. That, and adding on to the remembering how we met stuff, it blew me away, and I was absolutely glad that it did so. Because I can look at any of these CGs, pull up from any of these moments, be like, yeah, that was a pretty alright scene. Like, that was at least a pretty alright scene, or this scene was fucking fantastic. Overall, yeah, that's my kind of opinion on all the couples, and if my complimenting of this game wasn't any indication, I loved every bit of this game. It was a very amazing game, and I'm really happy to have gone through this entire journey, though I'm admittedly kind of sad to see it go. That being said, you know, I'm not even close to done with the A Kiss for the Petals series. There's a lot to do, and, you know, this game's removal from Steam was a harsh blow from it. It was a harsh blow for it, but, and, you know, Craig Donson, one of the people who was working on the translation, I believe he did. I'm not quite 100% sure what was going on there, but I think he's at least stepping back from the series for a while after the removal from Steam. But honestly, this game is this visual novel is one of the best visual novels I've ever played. Every single couple of it is absolutely amazing. It's part of a really grand series, and I really do recommend you guys, if you enjoyed what you saw here, if you saw through all of it, that you guys pick up the game. Like, even if you can't find it on Steam anymore, but I'm pretty sure GOG has it with all the other Kiss for the Petals that have been localized. And really do show your support for the series. Please, you know, in a way, maybe even help spread these videos around. Kind of, let's make Kiss for the Petals more popular so we can see more of those localizations. I really do hope that going forward we can make this, that we kind of can make that a reality. And yeah, and hey, you know what? If Snow White Night gets localized, you bet your ass, like, I'm doing that. I'm gonna record that crap day one if I can. So yeah. That being said, of course, we definitely have a lot of Kiss for the Petals. We're not done anytime soon, but we're definitely going to take a break from the series. So yeah, and I guess I'll talk about that overall. With the final thoughts done. What's next? Well, I need to finish Sakura Fantasy. That's definitely a big one. NEP is still going on strong, but I will say this, and for those who maybe aren't the biggest fan of Sakura Fantasy or NEP, those are the main things I'm going to be focusing on. I want to get those two projects done before going forward. That being said, I have a good idea of what the next major visual novel after Sakura Fantasy Dine is going to be. It's a series that, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's a series that I've definitely been wanting, it's a visual novel series I've definitely wanted to get into. So yeah. When would we expect Kiss for the Petals again? Maybe not too long, but I do want to give, but this has been a year-long project, and I want to give Kiss for the Petals a break. If we do it all at once, trust me, we'll be done. If we do it all at once, trust me, we'll be done by 2020. And I kind of want to spread it out a tiny bit more than that. That being said, again, like I said, it's probably going to be Shizuku and Eris's first story again. Or, you know, maybe something else. We might return to the series a little earlier than that, or do something a little more different. Again, it all depends. I have a lot of plans in the works, and I really hope you guys stick with me through this. And so, yeah, for those who've been sticking to me through this whole project, I very much thank you all for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I want to keep making more content like this to make you guys... I want to keep making more content that you guys thoroughly enjoy as much as you guys have been putting your enjoyment into this one. So please, guys, I really do appreciate it all, and for those of you who stick with me, I'm very grateful. But for now, I think it's time we kind of graduate from St. Michael's for a bit. So yeah, this has been A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michaels, and, well, we got plenty of adventures ahead, and I really hope all of you stick with me. I really hope you all stick with me. please look forward to the ongoing series and look forward to the new series some of the new series I got planned. But yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.